Hi guys, how's everyone doing? Good, 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 I hope. How's your week been? It's not quite Friday, but it's almost there. So today I'm reviewing Floriental by Comme de Garcons. Love this brand. I am a self-confessed fan of them. I love how contemporary their fragrances are. I like that they kind of keep me guessing. I never really know what's going to be released next, and I like that they have quite daring compositions most of the time. So the lovely people at natino.co.uk sent me this. They sent me this to review, which I am so pleased about. On paper, this fragrance is everything that I love. So, look at this bottle. It's so cool. It's like, it reminds me of ruby red slippers. Like I want to put it on my foot and then just click my heels 3 times or spray my heels 3 times. Yeah, okay, I sprayed my heel. Don't judge. So, this is a woody, spicy fragrance. Great category. Not maybe for summer, but yeah, who cares? It came out in 2015, and for the record, I'm just about to review their newest fragrance as well, which is called Black Pepper, which I got a free sample of, and I guess a lot of you guys did as well if you saw the post on my Facebook group. Link below also. So, get this fragrance on natino.co.uk or .com, I'll post links below to it. Gorgeous bottle. I have the other one as well. Well, the other one, they have loads. I have Comme de Garcons 2 as well, by the same brand. They come in plain boxes, kind of. And they come in a kind of bag that's foil-like, and they're just kind of plonked in the bag. You know, who needs a stand? It doesn't need to stand up. It is a very awkward thing to stand up on your dresser. Anyway, what are the notes? So the notes are plum liqueur, gorgeousness, pink pepper, incense, labdanum, sandalwood, and vetiver. All amazing things you could put in a fragrance, and the combination there just sounds amazing. But before I tell you what I think it smells like, I want to tell you what it says on their website about this fragrance, because it's pretty cool. So it says, Floriental is a disrupted floral fragrance that challenges the traditions of perfumery to reimagine a flower that has no scent. So I love that. They're trying to create something that doesn't exist. They're trying to create a flower that doesn't exist in nature, which is amazing. It's like trying to create a colour that doesn't exist in nature. Absolutely cool. That's why I like their contemporariness. A creative collision that blurs the lines between the floral and the oriental to create something completely new. An odourless flower is given life, a virtual scent imagined, enigmatic, contrasted, intense. So, what does it smell like? Okay, it's been drying on this hand, and I will say for the record, I've had this as my scent of the night kind of thing for almost 2 weeks. I've worn this to death recently, but yeah, I'm actually really in love with it. So, what does it smell like? It's very, very peppery at first. But it's pink pepper, so this isn't a tingle your nose black pepper. It's a pepper on the fresher but softer side also. You are whacked with a lot of opulence, a lot of heaviness. I can smell a very solid, almost resinous smelling heart in this, which is, I guess, coming from the labdanum. Labdanum gives a kind of, you know, ambery type feel to a fragrance, and labdanum's at the very core, so it's giving it the weight of the fragrance. But there's also something kind of, I don't want to say soft, but it's like there's a duskiness to the overall character of the fragrance. Even though this is, I think, quite dark and brooding and heavy, I feel like there is a lightness to it. It doesn't whack you with just an overbearing, overwhelming feeling of something that's going to suffocate you. It feels like it's just perfectly balanced, which I think is very cool. But you've got, yeah, you've got this resinous kind of almost sweet heart in the heart, and then you've got this slightly pepperiness, Now, I can mention every single note in this because I can smell every single note in this, and that's what's great about it. The incense in here I can really smell, and the incense in here is more on the resinous side as opposed to being a smoky incense. So I'm guessing it might be something like a frankincense-y, maybe myrrh type thing, as opposed to a joss stick or a, I don't know, crumbling smoky kind of thing. Does that make sense? Plum is always a very weird one for me in a fragrance. I don't feel like I ever smell plum in a fragrance because, you know, when you eat a plum, they taste like plums, but plums don't taste like a very deep fruit when you eat them. I think plum in a fragrance, think Poison by Dior here, plum gives a depth to a fragrance. It gives a weight and it gives a character as opposed to I can smell plum. So the plum in this is doing that. It's adding to the weight of the fragrance. So you have this weighty labdanum, weighty plum, which doesn't really smell like plum, but you can tell that there's a dark fruitiness going on in there. But together with a kind of resinous incense and a light dusky peppery kind of smell. I hope I've put that in the right order that I wanted to say it originally. I'm not sure. Maybe I've done that wrong. I have to just go with it. The other thing I wanted to mention is the sandalwood. Again, the sandalwood in here, while this smells woody as well, and it has a kind of sharp vetiver type feel going on as well, the sandalwood never really smells like sandalwood, but I can feel it. I can't smell it, but I can feel it. I can feel that sandalwood is giving that slight exotic woody powderiness to it without it actually smelling of sandalwood. Very clever, Comme des Garcons. Very clever. Love it. So the question, I guess, on my lips was, when I read about this, was, does it smell like a flower, an otherworldly flower, or a flower that I've never heard of before? And the answer is no, it doesn't. So that is the area that it fails in, I think. It doesn't smell floral to me at all. And that's, you know, the proof's in the pudding. There are no flowers in it. I guess if you really stretched your mind enough, you would be able to say, yeah, that does smell floral, or I can imagine a flower that would smell like that. But to me, I don't. I guess because I know what things smell like and I dissect things, I guess I ruined it for myself there. Well done. Who decided to be a reviewer? Okay, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm done. Only joking. I do have an imagination. So what I'll say about this is when you first, in terms of performance, I think when you first spray it on, it feels like one of those fragrances that if you're not used to something darkish, heavy-ish, you might think, oh gosh, please, is this going to go away? And the good news is for you guys that this does really calm down very, very quickly. It doesn't blast you with all of these dark looking things that you might see on paper or the things that I've said. It does actually bring itself quite close to your skin in probably about half an hour. So it does become a wafty kind of scent as opposed to a projecting off of your skin kind of fragrance. Me personally, I wish that it was projecting off all of the time in the way that it started out, but I'm kind of glad for it to calm down at the same time as well. So I can appreciate both sides of that, I guess. You are a beauty. You are a beauty. Oh, I look really funny in this. I do find it quite linear, and I found that with quite a few of their fragrances, I might add. I don't think that it's meant to be a whole top, middle, base. I don't think it's supposed to take you on a journey. What you get when you spray it is pretty much what you get at the end. You do get a slightly more powdery sandalwood coming through, and the resinous heart thing backs off a little bit more, but it really does smell pretty much the same all the way through to me, as does number 2, and as also black pepper that I'm about to review. So I think that's just kind of what they do. The one negative point I'll say is the longevity is not amazing. I think it smells amazing, and I think it's very interesting, but I wish that because it's kind of in the higher price bracket, that it lasted a whole lot longer. I get, you know, at least 7-8 hours, which is kind of standard nowadays. But for me, I always want more, all the time. I do think it's a really great fragrance though, and I would definitely try it out if you like Orientals, if you like resins, if you like the darker, incensey type kind of fragrances like me, definitely try it out, and just to look at this cool bottle. Anyway, I said before at the beginning, Notino, thank you for sending me this. I'm very grateful. I get to keep it. I get to use it. I will use it right now, and I sprayed it in my mouth. And yeah, I'll post links below to this fragrance. I'm Mark Chomino. Click my logo down there to subscribe. And tomorrow is Mugler or a day. I'm taking you guys out to London. We're gonna go to Selfridges, and we might go to Liberties too.